That's with us right now. Congresswoman, thanks for taking the time. What do you think?
Sure. Well, I think it was a very powerful day. You know, I did hear their testimony.
House Judiciary Democratic Congresswoman Karen Bass with us right now. Congresswoman, thanks for taking the time. What do you think?
Sure. Well, I think it was a very powerful day. You know, I did hear their testimony a couple of weeks ago, so I thought it was very important that the American people hear directly from them, and that's what happened today.
You know, and you've heard requests on the part of your Republican colleagues who want at least some of their witness list called, including the whistleblower, him or herself. What do you think?
Well, I think it would be completely inappropriate to call the whistleblower. I mean, if we would do something like that, then you should just throw out the old concept of protecting people who can come forward to point out wrongdoing in the government. So I think it would be a terrible precedent, and I do believe that our side is willing to entertain their witnesses, but I do think that they need to bring forward witnesses that make sense. So I know that they weren't all, cast aside.
All right, when you say they all weren't cast aside, they want Hunter Biden, I guess that doesn't look likely.
Right.
But among that crowd, any that you see could be entertained, maybe as soon as next week?
Well, I haven't seen specifically. I hope that they do put someone forward that makes a lot of sense. But, you know, my Republican colleagues, I think, are in a bind because they have difficulty arguing the substance, the content, and also these witnesses are people who've had exemplary lives. They're absolute patriots. And for them to come forward really risk a lot. And so I was disappointed that in the beginning that the ranking member maligned the two witnesses who came forward and, referred to him in the negative way that he did. So I'm just hoping that they will decide that this is a very serious situation for our country and not minimize it.
So, Congressman, I know it's early on in the process. Are you leaning toward impeaching yourself?
Well, I do think it's important to keep an open mind, but to be honest with you, I think the things that have happened, to me, this is different than the Mueller report. The Mueller report I thought was very, very serious, but the Mueller report was about the past. This is about the upcoming election, and the idea that the president would intervene or attempt to intervene in the upcoming election, that's a completely different ballgame. You might know, Neil, I wasn't one of those that had my name on the list calling for the impeachment inquiry until this happened. Because of the fact that it's happening right now, that's what moved me over to say we absolutely need to do the inquiry.
Congresswoman, thank you very much for taking the time. I know you're in between votes, so we do appreciate it.
Yeah.
Be well.
Thanks for having me on.